Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I think we can start now. So I'm going to start my welcome speech. So good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining this event. My name is Şükran Akdemir. I'm a Health National Contact Point and work at the EU Framework Programs Department at the Technological Research Council of Turkey, or TÜBİTAK for short. I would like to thank each one of you for being here with us today at this inspiring international networking event organized by TÜBİTAK in cooperation with Sabancı University under the Turkey and Horizon 2020 Phase 2 Technical Assistance Project. The project, which is co-financed by the EU and the Republic of Turkey, is implemented by the Republic of Turkey Ministry of Industry and Technology within the remit of the Competitive Sectors Program. We are very pleased to be able to welcome those of you who come from multiple research institutions, industrial organizations, and local authorities, having the ambitious goals to deliver projects on the Horizon Europe Cancer Mission. Before we get started, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to the respective parties who generously helped us make this event come together to become a success. In today's gathering, we would like to focus on inter-sectoral and multi-sectoral collaborations, project ideas that may inspire others to develop novel projects, the EU's funding opportunities for the Horizon Europe Cancer Mission, and the involvement of project developers and local authorities in projects via one-to-one online meetings. Mr. Bruno Moranzo, I hope I pronounced that correctly, at the Agency of the Promotion of European Research, APRE, will deliver a presentation about the cancer mission calls and procedures. And today you will be able to have the latest updates on the respective mission and engage in discussions, engage with high-level speakers and prestigious stakeholders, build connections during unique networking opportunities, in addition to finding partners for upcoming calls, and present your project ideas in pitching sessions and discuss them with potential partners via one-to-one meetings. If you have any questions, suggestions, or need any clarifications, please feel free to contact us via the Q&A box on the right side of your screen. Finally, please remember to take screenshots of the event and share them under the hashtag #MissionCancer to help us disseminate the event to a broad audience. By the end of the event, we hope you will feel more comfortable with the respective mission. The recording of the event, along with the presentations, document links, and responses to all the questions will be available on our website soon. Please also accept any pending one-to-one meeting requests that you may still have on the B2Match platform. And you may follow us at ufukavrupa.org.tr and our social media accounts. So thank you. And I will now leave the floor to, I think, Mr. Bruno Moranzo.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I will try to share my screen. Just let me know if you can see my slides on full screen right now.
Yeah, okay, we can.
Okay, can you see it? Okay.
Great.
Okay, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are based in the world. To everyone, my name is Bruno Moranzo. I would like to thank you for the invitation of this event of today. Hope it will produce very interesting collaborations for the future calls of the cancer mission. So I will directly start with my presentation of today. I will try to show you which is, let's say, the origin of this cancer mission, of these missions under Horizon Europe. I will try to focus on the 3 new topics for a cancer mission, and also some suggestions, some ideas regarding the submission and also the evaluation process. For those of you who are not so familiar with the concept of missions, the missions are a new, let's say, series of very ambitious and challenging activities. There are not, quite new regarding Horizon 2020. I will show you later on the origin of these missions. each of these missions has a very clear and a very, as I say, challenging goal, an achievable goal that cannot be achieved through individual actions. So this is the reason why the Commission would like to create these very fruitful partnerships under the call for proposals for its mission. The two most relevant concepts of these missions are the impact, I will tell you later on, the impact-based actions, and also the involvement of the policymakers. It's very important also to consider that obviously these will be research and innovation actions. There will be projects that will try to solve from the research and technological point of view the issues regarding the cancer, but also there is a need to involve policymakers, stakeholders into the projects. So the idea obviously is to solve the problems that are very relevant for the society in the field of cancer. So as you can see in this slide, we have, as you may know, the 6 clusters under the second pillar of Horizon Europe. Each of these clusters is directly linked with a mission. You can see that we have under Horizon Europe, we have 5 missions. So you can see cancer, soil health and food, climate neutral and smart cities, healthy oceans, seas, coastal and inland waters, and also adaptation to climate change, including societal transformation. So its mission is linked with one or more clusters. Obviously, mission cancer is directly linked with the cluster 1 health. It doesn't mean, that the call for proposals are inside the cluster 1 health work program. The mission cancer will have a separate work program. So it's we will not find the call for proposals for each mission under the cluster work program. So the missions will have and already have a separate work program with all the call for proposals for all the missions. So the concept of mission obviously is new under Horizon Europe, but under Horizon 2020, we had several, let's say, ideas that if we put them together, we arrive to the current idea of missions. We start from these two ideas: the future emerging technologies flagships, and also the 4 focus areas that exist under Horizon 2020. So if we put together these 2 concepts and we add these 2 ideas of the citizen engagement, that it's very, very important, as I said before, because we are trying to solve the society problems regarding the cancer, and also the portfolio approach in order to carry on research and innovation actions. Obviously, we have the current idea of missions. Very important under the missions, not only these 2 issues of portfolio approach and citizen engagement, but also that we are not only carry out research and innovation actions, but also we should include, as I said before, the disciplines, other disciplines, for example, policy, for example, regulation. So we should consider also these other horizontal issues. In any case, all these aspects are described in the topic test. Regarding the mission, the budget for these missions, they do not have a specific budget. We have a total amount, which is for the first 3 years of Horizon 2020, we have a maximum of 10% of the annual budget for all the second pillar of Horizon Europe. After the first years, after these 3 years, the Commission will carry out an internal assessment of these missions around 2023. So in case the Commission consider that this analysis will be positive, the Commission will consider to increase this percentage of 10%. So obviously, the missions are not only supported by Horizon Europe. There are a series, there are different other different programs, European programs that support directly or indirectly the actions described by the mission cancer. Obviously, we have, as I say, the Horizon Europe, which is the base of the mission cancer, but also we have other programs, for example, Youth for Health program, that will support activities described by the European Cancer Plan, and also other activities proposed by the mission cancer. So consider also that we can find also, let's say, oncology funding opportunities also under the EU for Health program. The other program will be also DEPT, which is the Digital Europe program. Also, this program will support cancer-related activities until 2027. So let's take a look also to the funding opportunities that are inside the Digital Europe program, because it's, I mean, a very relevant program, very interesting also for you. And also there are other kind of programs, for example, Erasmus+, Marie Curie Actions, also the European Innovation, the EIT, Institute of Innovation and Technology, that support with projects regarding education, training, research on cancer, will support the mission cancer ideas. Technical support instruments, also cohesion funds, also recovery and resilient facilities. So this is just to let you know that there are also in parallel another programs that will support directly or indirectly the mission cancer. If we go into details regarding the mission cancer, there is the main goal, this achievable from the point of view of the Commission goal, which is to save more than 3 million lives by 2030. This is the main goal of the mission cancer. This mission is based on 5 areas, 5 main areas, which are listed here, which are the understanding, the prevention, diagnosis and treatment, quality of life, improve the quality of life, and also the equitable access to all of these 4 previous areas. So these are the 5 areas that in which the cancer mission is divided. So under each of these areas, the Commission will publish the call for proposal, will publish the specific topics. At the beginning of the the construction of the mission cancer, the advisory board will has proposed to the European Commission 13 recommendations. You can see here the recommendations. Each of them is linked with one of these areas, that is in which the mission cancer is divided. So you can see, for example, the first 2 are linked with the area of understanding. We have also the prevention, diagnosis and treatment, quality of life, equitable access, and also we have they have added also a cross-cutting actions, the last 3 recommendations. So the topics are related, obviously, has the objective to approach one of these recommendations. The most important thing of all the recommendation is that, and also the projects that you will present under each call for proposal, is that we have to consider the citizens, very important, and we have also to think that all the activities will be patient-centered, will be directly will address also the patients. So the citizen engagement and the patient engagement in the projects is a very relevant issue that we should consider. So we will see later on the specific topic test of these 3 new call for proposals. That, I mean, the idea is to address these 2 targets, citizens and also patients. Very important to consider this issue when you are writing your idea, your proposal. These are 3 topics that open in late December. The deadline will be the 26th of April. You can see here, I try to link each of these topics with one of the area of the mission cancer. So you can see here, the first topic is linked with the area of prevention. The second one is linked with the area of quality of life, and the third one is linked with the area of understanding. So all of these 3 topics are research and innovation action. I will explain you later on, if you are not familiar with this type of actions, what does it mean, research and innovation actions. If we go into details regarding the budget, you can see here, this is, I mean, the table that is in the work program of mission. So you can check these figures in the work program. The budget for each of these topics. So you can see here, the first topic will have a budget allocated of 60 millions, 11 millions for the second, and 54.65 millions for the third one. So the Commission also gives you a range for the budget that each proposal could, I mean, ask to the Commission. So you can see here the first one between 4 and 15. The second around 11, and the third one from 4 to 15. So the last column on the right, you can see more or less the projects that are expected to be funded under each topic. So it's also useful to know how many projects the Commission will try to fund, because we know also what will be the competence, no, in that topic. Regarding the first topic, you can see on the screen, it's linked, as I said, with the prevention area. Develop new methods and technologies for cancer screening and early detection. So this is a research and innovation action. It means that all eligible activities and all eligible beneficiaries, all eligible partners will be funded at 100%. So this is the type of action, research and innovation action. My suggestion for all of these 3 topics is that please read, pay attention to the topic text, because every word that is written counts, and it's very important to approach all the requirements that the topic text asks you. So all the scopes should be addressed, and also all the expected outcomes should be addressed. If otherwise, we can risk to get a less score in our proposal from the expert of the European Commission. So please read carefully the topic test. This is my my suggestion. The second one regards the quality of life area. So the idea is to improve the quality of life of patients and cancer. You can see here patients and survivors. So the title is develop and validate a set of quality of life patients preference measures for cancer patients and survivors. So this is the title of the topic. It's, as I say, linked with the quality of life area. Also in this case, please read carefully. I don't have too much time now for entering into detail. So my suggestion is please contact your national contact point for more scientific and technical questions. So if we go to the third one, which is related with the understanding area, you can see better understanding of the impact of risk factors and health determinants on the development of progression of cancer. It's also a research and innovation action, so all the eligible beneficiaries and all the eligible activities will be funded at 100%. Also, the deadline for all of these 3 topics is late of April. So also here, please, my suggestion is to read carefully the topic text. All the scopes will be addressed if it's not written the opposite, and also all the expected outcomes should be addressed. The projects that are the proposals that are submitted within each of these topics will be evaluated for its scientific merits. So the evaluation process will be the same as for the rest of the Horizon Europe programs. Maybe there is an interest from the European Commission, a very strong interest from the European Commission regarding this, to link your project with other EU-funded initiatives and projects whenever relevant. So you will see this request in all of these 3 topics. Also to link your budget for networking activities. But I mean, in this case, all these issues will be supported and facilitated by the European Commission during the grant preparation phase. So after a positive evaluation of your project. Also very important to take a look of the footnotes, because the Commission also add there some relevant information that you should consider. So if the Commission asks you to be in line with the European Beating Cancer Plan, so it means that you should go to the European Beating Cancer Plan and to read this plan, and also to align your project to this plan. So very important also to take a look to these footnotes on the topic. Regarding the submission and evaluation process, there is, no specific new issues regarding the mission cancer topics. So evaluation will be the same, as I said, for the rest of the Horizon Europe programs. You have to submit your proposal electronically. There is a page limit that you can see here for research and innovation actions. There is the page limit for the part B of the proposal, which is the scientific and technical part, of 45 pages. If we are talking about a coordination and support action topic, the page limit will be 30 pages. This is the page limit. Regarding the consortia, we are obviously in collaborative research program. So it means that you should create a partnership, you should create a consortium. The minimum requirement for be eligible in order to reply to the requirement of the European Commission is to create a consortium of minimum 3 independent legal entities. At least one of these 3 should be established in a member state, and the other 2 independent legal entities should be based either or in a different member state or in an associated country. So as you maybe know, Turkey is an associated country, so it will be treated as a member state, so they can automatically be funded by the European Commission. Regarding the eligible to receive funding, obviously there is a difference between who can participate, whoever can participate to Horizon Europe project, but not everyone could be funded by the Horizon Europe program. So obviously the 27 member states could receive automatically funding from the European Commission. Also, non-European countries could receive automatically funding. So they will be the associated countries and also the low and middle income countries. So I put here a link, an hyperlink for the Horizon Europe program guide. So there you can find the list of these countries that are eligible to receive funding. And also we have specific cases, for example, linker third parties, the old linker third parties, which now it's named affiliated entities established in eligible countries to receive funding, also European bodies, and also international European research organizations are eligible, automatically eligible to receive European funds. Regarding the type of actions, obviously, for those of you who are not so familiar with this kind of actions, I try to highlight in red here the most common type of actions, which are these first three actions: research and innovation actions, and coordination and support actions. I leave you also here a brief description of each of these type of actions, because it will help you also to understand which kind of activities the Commission is expected to fund under each of these type of actions. So very important also to consider under which type of actions we are submitting a proposal. Also, depending on this type of actions, the funding rate is different. You can see here, research and innovation actions, coordination and support actions are funded at 100%, independently if we are a non-profit organization or for-profit organization, but this changes if we are submitting a proposal under an innovation action. In that case, the for-profit organizations will be funded, let's say, co-funded at the 70%. So this is, I mean, so an aspect that we should know before we are entering in a consortia of, for example, in this case, for-profit organization under an innovation action topic. Regarding the submission, we have two parts. Obviously, this is the same as Horizon, as the rest of the programs. We have the part A, which is electronically generated by the system, which is the administrative part, and then we have the part B, which is the narrative part, which is the scientific and technological part of the proposal, in which we will describe our excellence, our project. The evaluation criteria that is inside this part B is the same, as I said. So we have the three evaluation criteria: excellence, the impact, and the implementation of my project, the work plan of my project. So very important to know that for each of these evaluation criteria we will be evaluated by, obviously, a set of experts from the European Commission, more or less between 3 and 5 independent experts. They will, I mean, have this kind of fiche, this kind of a slide in which they should comment, they should evaluate the different aspects that you can see under each of these criteria. Excellence, we are talking about the clarity and pertinence of the objectives. We are talking about the potential, the innovation potential, the ambitious, and also the state of the art. How we will describe the methodology of our project, how we will consider the gender dimension, and also the open science practices. Regarding the impact, credibility of the pathways to achieve the expected outcomes and impacts of the work program, and also the activities regarding the maximization of this impact. So we are talking here about communication, dissemination, and potentially exploitation of project results. Regarding the third criteria, we have the quality of and effectiveness of the work plan that I described on my project, and also the how my consortia is excellent in order to achieve those impacts and those objectives that I described in my proposal. So when we start writing a proposal, it's very important to have in mind, these ideas in mind, because the evaluators will make comments about these aspects. So very important to focus, to explain very clear all these aspects, because we will receive an evaluation regarding these ones. So I suggest you to have this in mind when you will start writing a proposal, not only for the mission cancer topics, but also for the rest of the programs on the Horizon Europe, in which we have these three criteria as evaluation awards criteria. So I think this was my last slide. I try to summarize here the most relevant information, the most relevant documents that you should consider when if you are interested in the mission cancer topics. And I strongly suggest you to contact your national contact points. I add also here the link to the Funding and Tender Opportunities portal, because I mean, they are the entry point for try to solve your doubts regarding Horizon Europe in general, not only obviously the mission cancer topic. So I strongly again suggest you to contact your national contact points if you have any questions in order to solve them. So that was all from my my part. Sorry, but I mean, I do not have much time to enter into details. I don't know if, I mean, there are some questions I cannot see in the chat here. So I ask the organizer if we can, I mean, if we have time now for going for the questions, or we leave them for later on. So please let me know.
Actually, we have 10 minutes left. So if you have any questions, please share them in the chat box, in the question box. And yeah, we can, I think, divide like 10 minutes.
In any case, I mean, if there are some questions, we can, I mean, I can reply on the chat later on. No problem.
There's a question about the presentations. Yes, the presentations will be available to you. They will either be uploaded to the website, or we will send a link to you. I guess there aren't any more questions.
Yes, thank you, Özgün. So I think I can thank Bruno Moranzo. He's from AFRE, and he's a senior project program manager and also national contact point for health cluster. So you outlined the main objective of this mission, type of actions, and the application process. Thank you very much. I think with that being said, now we can start with the pitching session. Today we're planning to welcome 18 participants, and I assume I can introduce the first speaker, Gwendolyn Barcelo Goblin, with us. She's from the Health Research Institute of the Balearic Island. Gwendolyn, can you hear me?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you for being with us. I would like to remind you that each presentation will only take 4 minutes.
Yes.
Thank you for your understanding with the timing. Thank you. So please go ahead.
Can you see my presentation?
Yes, but it's not in the full screen.
Okay, now.
Okay, now it's perfect.
Okay, so thank you very much for the organizers for choosing my presentation. My name is Gwendolyn Barcelo, and I'm working at the Health Research Institute of the Balearic Island in Mallorca. So so we are a health research institute, and this is like a kind of we were chosen among different health research institutes in Spain, and there are only 31, and this is a symbol of quality of the research that we are doing. We have already different international projects, European and also with the United States and Australia. And in particular, my group has already some experience with EU projects, because we are participating already in one from the ERANET call, and we also went through a phase 2 in a transcon call. So we are waiting for the final evaluation, and in that one we are the coordinators. So in this presentation is what I want to share with you is that we would like to join a consortium, and we think that we can add value to your proposal, because we are already quite experts in what is called the spatially resolved molecular profiles. In particular, we have been working on lipidomics, and so basically the idea is that we analyze tissue sections, and we can determine how the molecular profile is changing along the tissue sections without any need of isolating the cells. We have demonstrated that the cells, they have a particular lipid profile that is highly specific, and we can even follow some changes in the cell, like differentiation, malignization, or for example, chronic inflammation. We have reached a very interesting subcellular resolution, and we think that altogether this can be very helpful to find new biomarkers. In addition, I've been quite lucky, and now I have a member of our group that can do also spatial transcriptomics, which is quite new. And well, basically this is the idea, to combine the lipidomic and transcriptomic spatial profiles in order to get new biomarkers and to take into account all the elements of the disease. Taking into account that right now the tumor microenvironment is very important. So basically, this is the idea that I wanted to share. Yeah, and another aspect is that we are working in a hospital, or inside the hospital, so we have relatively nice access to different human tissues, which can be, I know, sometimes a problem. And here I'm sharing with you some images demonstrating that any tissue can be, almost any tissue can be, how to say, analyzed by these imaging techniques. So, sorry, but it's going very slowly. I don't know why it's not changing. Well, in the next slide, this is my contact information. You can find me as a participant of this event. And my presentation is in my profile. So I will be happy to answer any question by email within the next days. Thank you very much.
Thank Thank you, Gwendolyn, for this presentation. I think our second guest today is Kadircan Keskinbora, and he's working at Bahçeşehir University. Kadircan, you can share your screen if you are hearing me. And the floor is yours.
Yes, I can hear you, and I will share my screen with you. Good morning to everybody. I guess you can see my presentation. Dear Selin, can you see my presentation?
Unfortunately, I'm not able to see it.
Okay, thank you. I want to send my greetings to all of the participants from Istanbul, Turkey. I'm Kadircan Keskinbora from Bahçeşehir University in Istanbul. There are many challenging chance and new innovations towards many kinds of treatments, especially in the cancer area.
Sorry for interrupting, but would you be able to share your screen, or we can send your presentation to the participants at the end of the event if you want?
Yes, you can send my presentation to all the participants.
Or we can also share our screen for you, so you can.
I shared it. Can you see now?
No, yes. I think my colleague is sharing it now, but.
I sent my presentation. Can you make the sharing to the?
Yes, we can see the presentation now.
Okay, thank you. Can I go on? My organization is a medical school and affiliation with a private hospital. In this hospital, there are clinical laboratories and equipment for necessary research in medical school. A vast network to collaborate various scholars and medicals from different specialties, and a remarkable service in oncology department in the hospital. These new innovations and challenging treatments towards cancer necessitate some policy making, because the medical ethics consideration on artificial intelligence, brain-machine interface, interventional neuroscience, and neuronal interfaces. I'm interested in medical ethics considerations on these research. Then the policy making and given an ethical designation of the new research necessitates some controls. So I want to inform that about the controlling and given about the medical ethics consideration and to prevent no malpractice in medicine is very important issue in this research. So in this research and the calling for making a collaboration with other researchers gives an important and special issue about non-harm research and giving benefits and escaping from giving harms to the participants, to the volunteers, and giving a good clinical practice, good research practice, and good research organization and design. The objective means that enhancing the population-based screening programs by means of the medical, technological, and innovative models, assessing suggestions for quality of life, patient preference measures, and identifying administrative and medical procedures that are protective and maximize the quality of life patients, survivors, and research volunteers. Then, faster, safer, and more predictable screening programs to enhance the innovative models. Research and development process of pharmaceutical companies, and no approach of the pharmaceutical industry which seeks the physical, metabolic, and psychological condition and integrity of patients as a primary importance rather than the commercial concern, patient-friendly drug chemistry, which does not beat comorbidation by producing acute solutions in the short term, but contribute to the long-term holistic improvement. These are my telephone number and email, and I'm waiting for collaboration, and I want to send my greetings to all of the participants. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much for your presentation. And now we have Thanos Kosmitis from Kera Across. Thanos, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Good morning. Let me start sharing my screen and also start the video so you can actually see me. Good morning from me as well. You should be able to see the screen. Please do let me know if not. And I'll
yes, it's
try to be
perfect.
brief so that we all of the participants can have time to present. I represent Kera Cross. I'm the founder and CEO of the company. Kera Cross is a digital health company, and we are 100% focused on cancer. So we run online platforms that have direct access to thousands of cancer patients across Europe. This also includes access to the data in a very structured way, and we already have patients' consent to utilize such data for research or commercial purposes as well. It's critical, as you know, for many of these initiatives. We have done so we have utilized data also for the 3 Horizon 2020 projects we have participated in or are participating in now. And these are very relevant to what we see in the cancer mission calls. So this is public policy, this is AI, this is big data, it's analytics. And usually the role we undertake in the project itself includes clinical coordination, includes a use case or a pilot for active data contribution analytics, very, very strong cancer expertise and digital health expertise. And I'll get to those in a second. Indeed, our research teams includes a lot of expertise in those areas, and I'm just highlighting some of those points here. In terms of research team, therefore, our Chief Medical Officer has been the president of ESMO. ESMO is an organization you probably know, being involved in these calls. In terms of our Chief Executive Officer, that's myself, I am a member of the Assembly for the cancer mission itself, but also an expert advisor on the European Commission's initiative on breast cancer, the ECIBC, which is hosted by the European Commission's JRC. Beyond that, very importantly, of course, we have a diverse team of interdisciplinary engineers and scientists that support us throughout the research and innovation actions now and in the future. In terms of our activities and interests, quality of life very strongly, PROs, RWE, natural history of disease, comorbidities, continuity of care, digital health. I don't want to be reading the slide, but essentially very broad, given our very strong focus in the cancer space. Essentially very, very much aligned with all of these calls, as you can imagine. Critically, in these calls, we have several concepts under discussion, and these discussions are also enhanced by links with several of those potential parties that can increase the odds of success. And this is very critical, I think, for all of us to keep in mind, exactly because what the Commission is looking for during these calls is not topical or tactical solutions. They are looking for things that can be implemented in due course across Europe, and some things that will actually have institutional flavor to them, something that will be very broad, not single point solution. So, for example, the first call is very much around screening and early detection of public health. And there we have initiatives and concepts being built around specific cancer types, but also evolving around several types of cancer. The second call, very, very relevant to what we have been doing because we have been focusing on quality of life. We have our own measures. We have collected millions of data points from cancer patients and survivors. So we do have the expertise there. We do have a strong network as well for that. And the third one is bridging the gap between the risk factors and development progression of cancer, there with a strong understanding and the link between the risk factors and the outcomes. Very, very interesting concepts being built. I will not take more of your time. Please do reach out on that email address as well. Please do keep in mind that we need to put together very strong consortia with institutions that can actually deliver these innovations, beyond tactical solutions. So unless there's any questions or you have any comments on this, happy to let the rest of the participants present. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Now from University of Beira Interior, we are going to have Carla Cruz's presentation. I hope she can hear us.
Yes. Hello. So, hello, good morning. So you read me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So my name is Carla Cruz. I'm from University of Beira Interior. I'm assistant professor, and I will present some ideas of a project that we start now. So my institution is in Portugal, and it's called Health Science Research Center. is near of hospitals and health centers, and is included also in the University of Beira Interior. And we have some areas of between medicine and health biotechnology, and we are focused on study molecular mechanisms and progression of some disease, some like neurologic and neuromuscular disease, endocrine disorders and cancer mainly. And we intend to identify new disease biomarkers and therapeutic targets. So we try to develop novel drugs, biopharmaceuticals, biomaterials, with the potential of diagnostic and therapeutic applications. So my group, I'm a leader of a group in this center, and my group during the past years we work on the G-quadruplex field, namely in the drug design and development, G-quadruplex aptamers. So we select different types and study different type of aptamers that adopt this G4 structure, and we study their biological implications in cancer, biomarkers, drug delivery systems based on these aptamers, and also we synthesize ligands to stabilize this G4 in these aptamers to find novel targets and such mRNAs and proteins. These proteins can be pathogenic. So this is the main idea. So the main idea of the project that I present is in the lung cancer treatment. So we are prepared, and we have a project a national project where we prepare different types of drug delivery systems. I present this one today. So these graphene-based materials that are conjugated with different drugs and different aptamers. These aptamers can also adopt the G4 structure, and for cancer, phototherapy, photodynamic therapy, and photothermotherapy, and also to be applied in the immunotherapy. So we formulate these materials in the hydrogels, and we do all types of experiments. We do in vitro experiments and also in vivo experiments. So the objectives of this idea of this project is produce synthesize aptamers that adopt this G4 structure by cell-X technology for the target of the program, the dead ligand 1 is a immunocheckpoint, as you know. And also we would like to produce these aptamers conjugates with drugs also. based on these graphene-based materials. And then we will evaluate the therapeutic relevance of these nanomaterials in cells and in vivo model of the lung cancer. So we expect that we have a promising nanomaterial for these cancer therapies, including the immunotherapy therapy. So at this moment, I have only national partners that collaborate with me. Also, we start to do a collaboration with France also, and but we don't have a fund project. We have a collaboration, so we collaborate. We exchange students and so on. But now we don't have a fund project, the international fund project. So the consortium is empty. So and this is my idea. Hope you are interested. So I finished, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you, dear Carla. I think now it's the time for Gül Ergür's presentation. She's working at the Uzeylir University. Gül, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, before you start, I would like to remind each participant that we only have 4 minutes for each presentation.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Now you can see me, my full.
Could you put it in full screen mode?
Yeah, okay. Hello, everyone. I'm joining you from Dokuz University, Izmir, Turkey. I'm in the medical school and in the Department of Public Health. I can give you some information about my department. It's was established in '82, and now we have 9 faculty members, 16 master students, 6 PhD students, 22 medical doctors who are training to be public health specialists. And we also have what we call subspecialties in Turkey in epidemiology and also in occupational medicine. We do research teaching at the medical school level plus the graduate programs, and also do give courses for continuing professional development. We do research in a wide spectrum. Every one of us is interested in different areas, but we are 3 in the section of epidemiology, and we work mostly with non-communicable diseases and cancer, plus health services research, and also occupational health is another strong area in our department. We usually get funding from the University Research Fund and TÜBİTAK, and we have experience with the EU projects. As for the team I work in, we are 3 in epidemiology, like I said, and we also work with biochemistry, microbiology. We have 3 fellows in the epidemiology division, and also we can work with a number of residents in different projects. Mostly we had to work in COVID in the past 2 years as epidemiologists, but we are now back to our non-communicable diseases as well as the COVID pandemic. We have previous, I said, experiences with EU projects. We had, this was 7th framework projects, MedChamps and ResCapMed. We have a cohort which we started in 2008, and we have continued to do projects from that cohort, which was essentially about, cardiovascular diseases, but also we did projects with cancer, some PhD theses.
Could you, sorry, we can only see your first slide. Could you, yeah.
But I can move it back and forth. What can I do?
Okay, could you stop and share again?
Stop and share. Okay.
And then make it full full
Now,
screen.
is it moving?
No.
No?
Okay, but we are going to upload the presentations to our website. So yes, we can see it now.
Okay. My project idea for this meeting was better understanding the impact in that area of risk factors. So again, based on our previous cohort that we have in the university area, we were planning on studying some serum levels of albumin, bilirubin, uric acid. We have a biobank of 12,000 serums in our university, and so we could look at the associations for most common cancers in the world and also in our country in a case cohort design, and we could potentially use these for screening high-risk populations. So our main outcome that we expect is to have biomarkers that are easily accessed for the prevention of cancers. We are also interested in the other two areas, screening, early detection, and also survivors, cancer survivors and patients, their quality of life. We could collaborate with our...
Sorry for interrupting it, but could you make it a little bit speed up because we are running out of time?
Yeah.
This is only your like 30 seconds.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for understanding.
Yeah, like I said, we could collaborate with other members on our epidemiology background and also our public health preventive services background. And I would be happy to contact any of you with my address here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now I think Nilgün Şahin could start with her presentation. She's from Digital Oncology Counseling Center.
Before Nilgün Hanım starts, there's a question in the chat box asking for the contact information for Carla Cruz. Carla, if you could give your email address in the chat box, it will be appreciated. Thank you.
Okay, I will send. So I need to write my mail here. Is that correct?
Yeah, you can. Also, you can also write it in the chat box.
In the chat box. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nilgün Hocam, you can go ahead. Sorry, could you hear us? Because apparently we're not able to hear you. Could you unmute yourself? Nilgün Hocam, sizi duyamıyoruz. Acaba sesinizi açabilir misiniz? Şimdi duyabiliyoruz sizi. İsterseniz
Tamam, yes.
slide modunu alıp başlatın, vakit kaybetmeyin hocam. Sağ olun.
Hello everyone, I am radiation oncologist. I agree on behalf of Samsung Health Directorate, my project counseling, Oncology Counseling Center. The project includes the provision of services by 11 different specialists to cancer patients and their relatives in Samsun province and its districts through the Oncology Counseling Center to be established within the body of Samsun Training and Research Hospital. These are radiation oncologists, medical oncologists, allergologists, infectious disease and chest disease specialists, psychiatrists, palliative care specialists, home health services, psychologists, dietitian, and social worker. It is aimed to receive feedback from patients who receive counseling services to create data mining with the help of these feedbacks to analyze these data and to convert it into an artificial intelligence system so that the service is effective, equal, fair, continuous, and accessible. Project algorithm, patient reference by phone to welcome to the center and registration of patients, to obtaining information regarding the patient's complaint, to information to the related expert, to patient specialist meeting and consultancy, to related branch specialist creating patient evaluation form regarding patients, complaints and application of validity and reliability analysis for patients' quality of life, to transferring the information received from the patient database, to sharing of transferred data between countries, to evaluation of outcomes, to increasing the quality of life of cancer patients from the data collected in databases. The Oncology Counseling Center, which will be located within Samsun Training and Research Hospital, aims to provide better quality health services to cancer patients in provinces and districts. The basic philosophy of the project is to ensure that patients have a fair, equal, and sustainable service by developing the artificial intelligence model, to create employment in the relevant field, and to disseminate good practice examples throughout the country with a pilot study. Expected results at the Oncology Counseling Center. It will be possible to support cancer patients, both medical and psychosocial, for their treatment from the moment of diagnosis, to provide counseling and find solutions to the problems they may encounter during their treatment, while increasing the quality of life of the patient. The patient burden that will occur in outpatient clinics will be reduced, and cancer patients will benefit from less expensive treatments. During the consultancy service of our 11 specialists to cancer patients and their relatives, a data analysis will be created that includes the patient's recommendations regarding the disease process, treatment, and complaints related to their own branches. With this project, a framework of current and systematic surveys will be created using appropriate digital tools, and current quality of life data and registration information will be collected and updated. Subsequently, the data sharing of the project partners will be ensured, and artificial intelligence model will be developed from the findings to be obtained as a result of the analysis of the shared data.
Here, Shine, sorry for interrupting, but you only have 30 seconds. I would like to remind you about the timing. Okay, thank you.
Yes. Call title, I am interested in Horizon Miss 2021 Cancer 0202. Related call subject, it consists of social care and employment places in addition to clinical practices in order to maximize the life quality of cancer patients, facilitate the return to work and participation in society, and execute extended high-quality data analysis using the appropriate digital tools, consortium, Web-Lizard technology, and CIP citizens in power. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. From University of Verona, now we have Paolo Fiorini with us. Paolo, could you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. You can put your slide in presentation mode, and please go ahead.
Share my screen, and hopefully we'll be able to start. Okay, there it is. Is that visible, clear?
It is visible. It is perfect.
Okay, thank you very much for your kind presentation, and I hope that you hear me, because as you see, I'm talking from my car, and I'm stopped. I'm not driving, so there is no worry. A brief presentation of my university. Is a small university in Italy. It's growing. It's only 25 years old, but we have a strong department of computer science, and with a couple of 200 people working. And in this department, there is a good robotics laboratory that I founded almost 20 years ago. We are already 30 people, 6 professors, 15 between PhD and master students, and many postdocs. We've been lucky in the past 20 years, as I said, to have a lot of funded projects from the European Union. And in particular, in the last 10 years, we've been addressing the field of artificial intelligence robotics. Without robots, AI stops short to giving a good diagnosis, care, and attending people. There is the need of physically interacting with patients, and so we have all these projects here. And in particularly in the last 5 years, we have been awarded the ERC Advanced Grant Rs. And then 2 more proof of concept, one called PROST and the other one called PROCT, which just was awarded a couple of weeks ago. And these projects are about diagnostics. So basically, here we are addressing prostate biopsy because we know that is a type of diagnosis that is affected by a very high error rate. So we are trying to overcome the reasons for this error. Basically, we think that there are 2 main reasons. One is the cognitive part. So basically, the difficulty, as you can see here, in the identifying the target for the biopsy. And then the second reason is in the manual accuracy that makes very difficult to reach the target. So basically, we are developing a AI pre-processing of the images to be able to identify down to 5 millimeter lesions that are the borderline for lesions that are suspicious and that should be treated. And then a small robot that can precisely point and drive the needle to the correct position. So we've been running laboratory tests, we've been running cadaver tests, and now we are making the second prototype, which will be a self-contained machine with a echographer built in and so forth. So, and now the new proof of concept project funded by the ERC proof of concept fund is to do some optical biopsy using laser technology. So basically, we would like to be part of a project that addresses the broad spectrum of the diagnostic by biopsy. I think that this prototype, this approach can be extended to kidneys, to pancreas, to liver, to lungs, just basically changing the echographer probe. So there is a lot of potential for this approach, and of course we need to team with strong medical partners, because as an engineering department we cannot be leading a consortium, a coordinated project. We have already a technology partner in Germany that will address the development of certifiable motor drivers and making the system certifiable, and especially low-cost, high-quality device. This is the approach that we would like to pursue, and we are looking for clinical partners to try to apply this technology to a broader areas, a broader set of problems. So basically, this is my presentation, and thank you very much for your attention, and I hope that some consortium will be formed and we can join it.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we have Shafak Baykal with us. She's going to give her presentation. Shafak Hanım.
Yes. Okay. Could you see my presentation?
Yes, I can see. Please proceed with your presentation.
Okay. I'm trying to open my video. Okay, thank you. Hello, everybody. I'm Shafak Baykal, and I'm now present to TIGA. And
Yeah, TÜBİTAK is a healthcare company in Turkey based in Ankara, and we are providing some dedicated healthcare IT solutions for especially for Turkey. And I will give some information about the Turkish success stories, and also we are delivering some products for international countries. Firstly, when I look at our description of our research, you can see the details of our product, and I will give some detailed information and product names, especially for the healthcare interoperability and patient engagement and pharma management, especially related with these cancer calls, and which is our maybe one of the biggest national success is our success is national healthcare of Turkey. It is a backbone system of all subsystems, and this it collects personal health care.
Shafak Hanım, I am so sorry to interrupting you, but your voice is not really clear to us.
Let's try like this. Could you?
Yes, this is much more better. Thank you.
Okay. And yeah, this is our national healthcare system solutions, which is constructed by the TİGA, is the backbone systems of all subsystems in Turkey, especially in the Turkish healthcare systems. I mean, it collects the personal healthcare record in the entire country and covers all healthcare institutions. It means that it is more than 45,000 stakeholders right now in Turkey, and it collects every data, and it also provide some information of the subsystems connected to the healthcare recording, healthcare systems, our NJS systems. It is a real-time data collection and real-time data sharing platform, and you can see the other kind of subsystems which are related with the NJS systems. The other our success story is a national PHR system of Turkey, which is called Enabus, and this is a personal healthcare record system, and it provides 24-hour access to all healthcare records of the citizens and gives them control and management opportunity of their healthcare records. Also, it also provides actually all private and public institutions to personal healthcare record, and it's a real-time data sharing platform right now, and it is now on more than 38, but we believe that it seems that 4 million people really use these systems, and it shows all the healthcare record, not a tabular, also imaginary form. It means that you can, the citizens or the patient can, or the doctor can see the radiological images or medical reports, prescriptions, drug usage, and also some drug remainder it provides for the patients. These systems is like this. And lastly, I will give some information about our R&D activities, which is connected to the cancer treatment. It is a smart robotic compounding systems. Also, it is a cloud-based systems, which is also interconnected with subsystems, again, the prescription systems or the pharmaceutical track and trace systems. It includes an Oncologue cloud portal and also robotic systems, and it compounds some dangerous hazardous acute drugs for the cancer patients. And if you need some details, I will give some for private meetings. Please connect me. And when I look at the interested calls, I believe that we can contribute all kind of cancers right now, because especially when I look at the details of the calls, we especially for the first call, for example, to review population-based screening programs or the other cancers calls related with the focusing of some transition from a health state to the cancer initiation and progression, and other kind of the AI or machine learning type of activities to detect, identify the factors or determinants about cancer and cancer types. I think with our product, we can contribute all kind of calls, and you can contact me with this email. We can make a telco, and I can give some more details about our product. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the presentation. Now we have Mr. Alberti. He is working at Mediterranean Touristic. Alberti, please go ahead.
Hi everybody. So I'll try to make it to work, and so description. So this is okay. Can you see that?
Yes, it is perfect. Thank you.
Okay, so I'll start from the first slide. Now, 4 minutes is a great idea because you must focus on what is important and not on what is not. So I emphasize that alberti.saverio and then gmail.com, so you can ask anything you may wish. Now, at the end of the presentation, there will be the website of Mediterranean Theranostic. So again, all publications, technologies, and projects will be there. So the main thing is who we are. We have a large network of collaborators, both in the US and in the EU. We have cloned 2 genes that drive cancer growth and metastasis. The main one is TROP2. We have developed best-in-class therapies for recognizing cancer-activated form of TROP2. And we are now looking for the possibility of following up cancer patients. I'm a medical oncologist. We do molecular oncology. So we want to follow the course of disease, and particularly disease relapse. We know that tumors release a soluble form of TROP2. We can detect it with very refined means and antibodies. We have proof of principle that this works. So now we want to to go forward and to be able, by assembling a team, a consortium for a significant project at the EU level, to go for the clinical phase of validation of our circulating biomarker and refining the technical approaches so they will be in a usable form by large companies that may enter the market with this. So it's a good stage. Enabling technology-wise, it's exactly fitting within the EU schemes we heard this morning. So we would like to implement this set of analysis we are describing, in particular the identification of cancer risk factors. And we would like to apply for not only funding, but also a significant, effective network of collaborators that may bring it to the clinic. So these are our needs. Hopefully all our presentations will be available to all presenters. So these are my details. So please ask for any information you may need. I'll be glad also to set up additional TCs, and we have a full schedule for the whole day for people who have been interested in contacting us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now it is turn for Rana Gülhan Aktaş. Rana Hanım, duyabiliyor musunuz beni?
I think Ranan Hanım is not a panelist yet. Yeah, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now I'm gonna share my screen. Yes, can you see my screen as well?
Yes, but it's not in the correct mode. You're
Okay.
also able to see the next slides.
Okay, okay. Let me
But
see.
it doesn't matter actually. You, yeah, okay. Now it's
Great. Okay, hello everyone. My name is Ranan Aktas. I'm the Director of Cancer and Stem Cell Research Center at Mountable University, Istanbul, Turkey. Our cancer center was established in 2014. Since then, we are performing studies related to liver cancer and cancer stem cells. We focus on developing products, techniques, and procedures on cancer and stem cell biology, genetic engineering, biotechnology, and bioinformatics. We currently performing 2D and 3D cell culture studies, and we are looking at liver cancer cells features at morphological, biochemical, functional, proteomic, and genomic levels. Our research interest is development of artificial intelligence-based tools for early diagnosis and prognosis of liver cancer. Our team includes physicians, biochemists, cell biologists, histologists, bioengineers, bioinformaticians, and also students. We focus on the algorithm between the chains on liver cancer cells as they respond to the environmental change. Our studies demonstrate correlations between some carcinogenic markers and the features of liver cells. And we would like to gather more data and confirm our findings on the samples from patients and on organoids. Our studies have been honored with 9 awards. We currently have 16 publications, and we presented 35 studies since 2014. So our project, we are interested in project areas focused on liver cancer-derived organoids, tumor spheroids, cell culture studies, patient samples, and patient history records. We would like to collaborations to gather more data and to analyze correlations between the findings to develop algorithms for liver cancer diagnosis and prognosis. One of our main objectives is to clarify markers for early diagnosis of liver cancer. We are also interested in investigation of correlation between different parameters to define prognosis of liver cancer. Our main goal is to create algorithms that will be helpful for clinicians to evaluate the findings of the liver cancer patients. So we are open to any partnerships with physicians, scientists, hospitals, research institutions, and companies. If you would like to share your expert on bioinformatics or organoid modeling of liver cancers or on multiplexing of pathological samples, please contact with us. If you are currently doing some in vitro studies related to liver cancer cells, we would love to meet with you. And if you have clinical data related to liver cancer patients, and if you'd like to share those data with us, again, please contact with us. So this is my contact address, contact number. Please go to our website and see our facilities, our present and previous studies. And please do not hesitate to contact with us. Thanks again for this opportunity.
Thank you for your presentation. And our next presenter is Theodora Katsida from National Hellenic Research Foundation. Theodora, are you with us? If yes, please share your screen and unmute yourself and proceed with the presentation.
Yes, good morning all. Here I am, I'm sharing my screen now, and I'm pretty sure you're all looking at my first slide. Is that correct?
It's not in the presentation mode, full screen mode.
Yes, yes. So now it is, right?
Yes, now it is. Thank you.
Right. So for the interest of time, I will keep it short and straight to the point. Thank you for this opportunity. So I'm a researcher at the National Hellenic Research Foundation, and I'm at the Institute of Chemical Biology, and I'm leading the biomarker discovery and translational research pipelines in the Institute. So the lab has been established pretty recently, but we have been rather actively, primarily in the cancer research field. And what we are doing, we are actually sharing a share strategy to translate information growth to knowledge growth. We know that we are living in the big data era, but we are pretty much interested in the clinical interpretome, and we're focusing on drug repurposing and exosomal profiling. And basically, what I choose to talk to you about today is the proteomics-based multiomics and the ADMITOX pipelines we have at hand, coupled to 3D cell models towards companion biomarkers as to be of relevance to that call. So we focus and we can actually we have set the pipeline to drug the undruggable, as we call it. We have structural biologists, experts, and with the omics profiling, we join all this data, integrate those data, and interpret them to see what's of importance. We do follow this this kind of thinking with proteomics-based multiomics to map inter-individual variability for xenobiotics profiling. And what we think is going to come next is digital biomarkers, so how we can actually monitor patients in the clinic. Our expertise comes to a series of toolboxes, as we call it, for ADMITOX. So whatever you want and you want to dose it either in silico, in vitro, or in vivo, we can partner with you. We can support a vast range of chemical moieties, and we can actually have in place multi-omic strategies to profile your chemical interests. We have an activity on drug repurposing and exosomes. Exosomes are rather crucial in terms of cancer communication and cancer cell communication. And this is my contact details for anyone interested to partner with along the pipelines and technologies that I briefly described today.
Fedora, thank you for your presentation. I think we can move on to the next one. This will be from Devrim Kasanova from Izmir Institute of Technology. Devrim Hocam, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, please put your presentation and floor is yours.
Okay, let me share my screen. Hold on. Share screen. Okay. Do you see it in slideshow mode?
Yes, it is perfect. Please go ahead.
All right. So hello, everyone. I'm Devrim Kasanova. I am a professor at Izmir Institute of Technology, and also I'm the Chief Scientific Officer of InitioCell. So İstek is a Turkish state university, and it is the only research institute in Turkey. It has higher education and research, and it's very active in research. And here we have our lab, which is controlled in vitro microenvironments laboratory. We are active in research, and we had funding from Turkey and EU. And below you see there are videos of our organ-on-chip devices, how we can use them and load them. And like I said, I'm also the Chief Scientific Officer of InitioCell, and we have research. We are performing research at ISTEC Technopark, and we also have an office at Alderley Park, UK. Our specialty is organ-on-chip devices and assays, where you can study invasion, chemotaxis, distance-dependent cell-to-cell interactions, extravasation, and homing choices of cancer cells. For research, I have currently postdoc graduate students and undergraduates, and I've been running this lab more than 10 years. We collaborate with our universities in Turkey, and we focus on organ-on-a-chip devices and assays. And from this is like the technological part. From a scientific part, let's say we are interested in the both biophysical and microenvironmental control of the metastatic process. I have a 1 US patent granted, and we have publications and grants past and present. So we have kind of two ideas for this cancer mission call. They are related to the subtopics 1 and 3. First one is we have results for cell lines where we can predict the metastatic site, but we want to do this with patient samples. So we will get samples from patients, and we will try to predict the metastatic site, for example, for breast cancer, but we are not limited by the type of cancer, by the way. So we can mimic the target tissues, the microenvironments, and we can combine this with drug discovery and any omics data. For example, can we develop a drug that is going to be specific to the bone metastasis of breast cancer, for example?
Sorry for interrupting, but because of the timing, can we have your final words?
Yes.
In your presentation? Okay, thank you.
Okay, the final word will be, we can also look at therapy. We can use patient tissue and also blood samples and look at tumor cell infiltration, okay? Because it's important for immunotherapy. And I think you can imagine the types of collaborations we are looking for to realize this. And thank you, this is my contact information. So just a last sentence, tissue-specific metastasis and immunotherapy. Those are the two topics we are interested in using patient material. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now this is time for Maria Torrente. Hi, Maria.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, it is clear. We can hear you.
Okay. Okay. Good morning. Let me just check that I can. Okay. Can you see my presentation?
Unfortunately, we are not.
No?
We're not seeing it, no. But if it's going to be okay, my colleague will open your presentation.
Okay. Okay. Vale. Now, yeah. Okay. So I'm Dr. Maria Torrente from the Medical Oncology Department at Puerta de Hierro University Hospital. It's a tertiary hospital in Madrid. We have over 40 healthcare professionals in the department and more than 1,300 oncological patients that we diagnose and treat every year. We have background and expertise in liquid biopsy in clinical trials. We have a phase 1 unit, and we are involved in several projects that have to do with artificial intelligence and big data. What we are more focused in is regarding pathologies is lung cancer, breast cancer, lymphomas, and cardio-oncology. Can you go to the next slide, please? So this is our background in previous European projects. The ones that we have ongoing now is Clarify, which is a project based on artificial intelligence techniques in order to improve follow-up in cancer lung survivors. And we are the coordinators, and also the P4 LUCAT, which is personalized medicine in lung cancer treatment using big data approaches. So among others that are also ongoing. But clarify, we are coordinators, and we have a big consortium that involves not only clinical partners, but also technical and academic partners. May go to the next one, please. Thanks. So we are interested in the proposal for understanding risk factors and health determinants on the development of cancer. What we would like is to develop a risk stratification for cancer patients to improve not only the treatment and management, but also follow-up. There are no guidelines on follow-up for cancer patients. And given that the survival has increased in the late years, it's very important to have not only an improvement regarding the treatments, but also the management on the patients and to improve their quality of life. For that, we already have some decision-making support systems based on data from our patients. And it's a platform that for now the clinicians can use. And we're looking forward to develop these for patients too, okay, engaging the patients in their health. So we can identify prognostic factors that impact in survival and quality of life in patients in the different pathologies that study, and develop the follow-up guidelines that now are we completely lack of. Go to the next one, please. We already have several partners that, as I said, are academic. There are several universities that help us to exploit the data. Also, wearables device SME that allows us to have pilots to control physical activity, sleep disorders, etc., and other hospitals, especially also from Portugal, which give us also the possibility to increase our sample, and not only the patients from our hospital. Go to the next slide, please. To the next one. So what we are looking for in our consortium is clinical partners that may act as data providers, and who can assist us also in end user validation for these tools, that the ones that we have already ongoing and the ones that we want to develop. Also patient associations that again they can collaborate in engage the patients in all of these activities that we propose. And also
sorry for interrupting, but I think we have to cut off here. I'm so sorry because of the timing.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Yeah, and that would be thank you very much.
okay, thank you. So now I think it's time for Ms. Kozlovic from New Site Imagining.
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Can you see my presentation?
I think yes.
Great. Can you hear me well?
Yes, it is all clear.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to present. My name is Michal. I am Strategic Partnership Director at New Site Imaging. New Site Imaging is a well-established company that develops advanced vision solutions for machine vision and spectral analysis. For spectral analysis, we have developed a very unique spectral chip that is powered by artificial intelligence, demonstrated in this device called the SpectraLit. Basically, the SpectraLit is a portable spectrometer that allows to analyze real-time materials and diagnose and classify any kind of markers. So we as New Site have already US and European patents, and we are many times backed by the Israeli Innovation Authority. So the SpectraLit device itself As you can see, it's very small. It's vis near accuracy sensitive. We also are about to receive the ISO 13485 certification as a medical device. It's very flexible for both absorbance, reflectance, and other spectral technologies. And its main uniqueness that is very small, inexpensive solution that could be applied in mass locations in any point of care, in any lab for diagnosis. And what we basically have done so far as a validated AI spectral technology, we have launched a company with Sheba Medical Center, is a larger hospital in the Middle East, leading hospital in Israel, top 10 in the world by Newsweek, that basically created a solution for diagnosis of pathogens. We are mostly famous so far for the COVID-19 test, but we have done research and clinical trials also for different kind of pathogens. We also has established a company with Mekorot, which is Israel National Water Company for water contamination. And those are just examples of validated solutions that we have done using our spectral technology. Why are we here now? We are looking for to join a consortium for cancer screening. For some research that we started to do, there is a strong feasibility to use our machine for different kind of markers that can detect in very high accuracy markers for cancer, and have even detection of markers that haven't been seen before as the biological markers we know today, because that it's also powered by machine learning and AI. So we're looking for partners that could be benefit and for such a spectrometer to test it as part of your research and give you this value proposition to basically give a solution that could be deployed everywhere. Some of the ideas we had in mind while doing other researches for other diseases that we currently have is, if we're talking about cancer, is that we can work with different kind of cancer types that also been mentioned here. The spectrolead could be used in the beginning to separate different values of existing markers. So we show the feasibility. Later on, we can show even at lower values. And once we add the engine of AI and machine learning, because our spectrometer is able to generate a lot of data, 1024 vectors per each wavelength. So it's a lot of data to the engine of the machine learning. We can even try to predict at early stage any kind of signs of disease. It could be used not only blood plasma, but also in the future through saliva and cancer. Here are some examples from the research that already indicate such feasibility and possibilities using basically spectral technology to identify markers such as ovarian cancer, gastric cancer, gallbladder cancer, but even you can see that predicting cancer using saliva. So our approach would be to take also the spectral approach and using saliva and even urine, able to identify early screening markers for cancer. So thank you so much. We'll be very happy to talk to any coordinator of consortium, any research, any professor that would be interested to test and use our spectral technology for your research. We believe we have a strong ability, scientific ability to give results in very immediate, accurate time. And because of the ability of the machine learning, it really can help us achieve this kind of early screening for cancer. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your presentation. And now it's time for the presentation for Luis Mountable. Luis, I think floor is yours. If you can hear me, please just share your screen and go ahead. Thank you.
Yes. Good morning. Okay, can you see my screen? Yes.
No, we're not. Sorry.
Sorry, not yet?
We are not able to see it.
Not yet either?
No, please open your presentation first, then share your screen.
The presentation is open. I'm looking at it, but I don't understand why you are not seeing it.
Okay, then let my colleague to share his screen.
If you please.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Are you seeing it now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Well, thanks a lot for the opportunity to present you the Psychotech company. Psychotech is a company, a vehicle company that introduce and pretend to bring to the market solutions, services, and different technologies, advanced technologies regarding cyclotron accessories that will be used for the production of radiopharmaceuticals that should be used in detection, in the treatment and the study of cancer and other essentially critical diseases. It's quite a young company indeed, but incorporates, in fact, it incorporates the knowledge and experience of an international team with in excess of 90 years of international, highly experienced team of experts. So it uses innovative approaches at a conceptual level and as for bioengineering, including software and robotics applied to dedicated solutions. Can you please go for the next slide, please? Okay, so we are in the field of nuclear medicine, and I'm not going to read the slide, but everybody knows that nuclear medicine is related with earlier detection, higher diagnostic accuracy, and precise treatment response monitoring. We are pretty much interested in diagnostics field, and diagnostic field means the right treatment for the right patient, right time with the right dose. So we are talking about highly precision, highly personalized medical approach. Okay, can you please go for the next slide, please? But the problem with the nuclear medicine, it relates only with radiopharmaceuticals. All our equipment are just detectors. So if you don't have access to advanced radiopharmaceuticals, you get nothing as information. And so radiopharmaceuticals are definitely the bottleneck for further development and for wide use and acceptances of this diagnostic approach. That's why we are so interested in this field. Can you please go for the next slide? So this slide represents Psychotech Vision. We are talking about solid targetry department, and we are related essentially with three main lines. Biotech products, that means all the solid targetry products line. Intellectual products, that mean we can solve problems from other people, other teams, issues related with radiopharmaceuticals, and we can produce contract as a contract research organization. We can produce research development and innovation under collaboration for whatever person or entity that might be interested. Can you please go further? Okay.
So before you're continuing, like I would like to remind you that this is your only 30 seconds. So sorry.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Can you please go one more? Okay. Over here. Yes, that's perfect. One more, if you please. Over here, you have our product. So it's a very small device, but it's an incorporated, integrated solution that allow to produce and to transport new, using solid targetries, new radiopharmaceuticals. And it might be used for almost whatever entity that might be needed. Can you please go one further, please? Okay, so we are interested to collaborate and to take part in all of these three main topics of interest. One further, please. Okay, so we are indeed trying to contribute with new solutions for actual radiopharmacy supplying problems. Can you please go further? And we might help the different entities to go and to present results for whatever situation they might have. So we would be, can you please go further? we are open to consider all the distant opportunities whenever related with our field of expertise. One further, and over here you have my contacts. Please feel free. And we would be very interested to listen to your problems and trying to see together if we can help you with any solution. Thanks a lot for your attention.
Thank you very much for your presentation. I think now it's time for Francois Janet. Okay, thank you, Francois.
Hi everyone, this is Francois Germain from LinkSense. So I will introduce you LinkSense on the projects that we want to propose to the mission concern. First, LinkSense is a 30 years company with a 400 million euro turnover. We are an industrial company manufacturing flexible printed circuit. Our core business is in the smart card. So we are manufacturing the small gold areas that you have on your payment card, on SIM card. We estimate that 80% of the global population have a LinkSense product on them. And in order to support such kind of high volume, because we produce between 6 to 7 billions of these connectors every year, we have the industrial equipment suitable for this kind of manufacturing. We are in the medical field for 15 years. We are ISO 13485, and we are supplying biosensors for blood gas analysis to a big medical company. So we are not manufacturing medical device, but semi-finished goods. And here we would like to focus on consumable, which can help to detect cancer. We have already been part of some European projects, so we can support them. So as I mentioned, in the medical field, we are manufacturing flexible printed circuits. So we have technology to supply electrodes for transducer materials, as well as microfluidics film directly applied on our electrodes in order to do a multiplex measurement. As I mentioned, we already supplied millions of biosensors. And we are looking for partners who have expertise in chemistry, because we don't have this expertise, in order to develop the right biomarker, which can be relevant for people who have a cancer. This can be used then either for diagnostic or for the screening of the patients in early detection. So we are looking for partners for the two topics, 1 and 2. One of the ideas that we have in order to improve the experience of patients is to get what we call an FC-powered connecting point of care. So this will be like a lateral flow device, which will be powered in an FC by a smartphone. You can perform the measurement of an electrochemical measurement on this consumable, and then the results are retrieved by the smartphone in order to do the analysis of the electrochemical measurement and send the information to the cloud. So with the smartphone, we can also consider the geolocalization of the patients in order to simplify the experience of the patients. Then the doctors can get access to the cloud in order to retrieve the information from patients and provide a quick treatment or further test if necessary. So we have the expertise to manufacture such kind of consumables, and we are looking one more time for the partners who have the biomarkers which can be used in electrochemical measurements to detect cancer. So we don't have any known partners for the moment on this project, and we are looking for electrochemical researchers and electrochemical experts, as well as universities who are doing biomarkers development or have the biomarker expertise. So these are my contacts. I will be available the full afternoon for further meetings. Do not hesitate to contact me either directly or through the platform to further discuss the technology in order to develop or submit such kind of project. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now it's time for Emre Uygur from Celal Bayar University.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can, but please put it in the presentation mode or full screen mode.
Okay. Now?
Unfortunately, we are not, but we are running out of time. So.
Okay. Wait.
Do you mind if my colleague could share his screen? Yeah.
Okay, I think you can see now?
No, we are
not. Oh. Okay. Okay, I'm waiting.
Okay.
No, this is the previous one. Unfortunately, this is the previous presentation. I sent the NEO today. Could you open it?
I don't think we have the last one, but
Okay. And I'm trying to open again.
In order to save time, maybe we can proceed with the next presenter then.
No. Okay, wait, please. I'm so sorry.
Please proceed with your presentation. Even if we don't see it, you will be able to share it after the meetings.
Okay, no.
Emre Bey, vaktimiz kısıtlı lütfen.
Tamam. Okay, good morning, everyone. Let me introduce myself. I'm Emre Uygur. I have been working as an assistant professor in Mountable University and have PhD degree in nuclear sciences. Sorry, it changed. I mean, okay. Thank you so much. And go on, please. And Manisa University is a public university located in Manisa, Turkey, and 60-degree programs at undergraduate and postgraduate level. And we have 55,000 students from different countries and 14 faculties, 3 colleges, 15 vocational schools, 3 graduate schools, 28 research and application centers, and 1 hospital. So I can say that we have enough experiences and background about cancer research as a university. And if we look at our previous project is related about the mission, and we have more than 30 projects funded by national and international funding programs such as Turkish Research and Scientific Council, Higher Education Support Program, and Bilateral Program. And we are working about nanomedicine, radiopharmaceuticals, including different radionuclides such as technetium-99m, zirconium-89, copper-64, lutetium-177. And also we are working diagnosis and therapy of different types of cancer, such as lung, thyroid, prostate, and neuroendocrine tumors, radiation production, internal dosimetry, preclinical research by in vitro and vivo methods. And you can check our previous project examples via enter to our website. And briefly, I want to introduce our research group. We have a research group on the head of the Professor Fikriye Gülgümüşer. She is nuclear medicine specialist. And we also have 3 subgroups in that research group: nuclear physics, nuclear chemistry, and nuclear medicine. And you can check all researchers and academicians using via website again. Okay. And in that mission, we have a project idea, a new clinical approach in the treatment of micrometastatic prostate cancer, hybrid radionuclide target therapy. And we think it's related with the first mission of this topic. And the aim of the study to develop a new clinical approach for treatment of micrometastatic prostate cancer using hybrid radionuclide target therapy. And we can talk the details in B2B meeting because we want to work radiolabeled PSMA targeting vector for prostate cancer imaging and therapy as a theranostic. Continue, please. And in that project, we want to use the new radionuclide. It's called the next generation radionuclide in nuclear medicine literature, terbium-161, because it emits beta minus radiation, extra Auger electrons and conversion electrons, and also it emits the gamma radiation to using the Dynasin procedure in prostate cancer.
Sorry for interrupting, but unfortunately we have to need your last words.
Again? Sorry?
We have to speed up the process, unfortunately.
Okay. Go on, please. We want to use the terbium-161, and go on, please. We can talk the details in B2B meetings if you are interested in. And we want to develop the hybrid application, depends on internal dosimetry using different radiopharmaceuticals. And now in our consortium, we have 4 partners, and Manisa Jalabaya University will be coordinator, Ege University and Yeditepe University will be partner as university, and Nuclear Company will be partner as SME. And we need partners from any countries. It can be public or private research and development association or university. And you can contact the details about our project with the head of our research group, Fikri Gülgümüşer, and with me. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you for your fast presentation. Now we have our final presenter, Jonathan Gomez, with us. Jonathan, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Okay, thank you. Floor is yours.
Okay. I hope you see my presentation.
Yes, please continue.
Okay, so yeah, my name is Jonathan Gomez. So I am Chief Scientific Officer at the Research Foundation called Fund de Salud at the government of Extremadura in Spain. So basically, to tell you a little bit very briefly about my organization, we are part of the government of the Regional Ministry of Health and Social Policies that have 2 different executive partners. One is the healthcare system, the regional healthcare system in the Extremadura region, implementing the health policies, and also the CEPAR, which is the dependence.
I'm so sorry. I know I interrupted people a lot, but I think we are in the wrong mode for your presentation. It's not in the full screen.
Oh, really?
Yes, we are able to see the next slides.
Not sure.
Also, we are not in that mode, but
let's check again. So now you see my second slide.
yes, but on the right side of the screen, I'm also.
It's okay. Thank you.
Okay.
It's now okay. So you see the first one. You see the second one.
Yes, we do. Thank you. Please continue.
Okay, so and the other, it's the care system involving nurses' homes and daycare center. And my organization is the foundation managing all the research and innovation programs in the 2 different systems, the health and social care system. And also we are acting as the lead with other research centers like the university in the region, or the minimally invasive surgery center, also part of the region. My healthcare system involves 14 different hospitals with almost 3,000 beds and more than 500 primary care centers. So involving more than 18,000 professionals, most of them, 13,000 are health and care professionals. The budget is approximately 2,000 million euros per year, and we have all the digital healthcare information system integrated between the 14 different hospitals and the primary care center. So we are really good at recruiting patients in case of necessary. We are involved in different networks at the European level. As you can see there, and we have a different Edge 2020 project, Horizon 2020 project. It's called CRANE, which is a PCP project, per-commercial procurement project, focused on chronic diseases in rural areas. The other one is called e-Rural, which intends to implement a service marketplace for European rural areas. And the last one is the Essence project, which is a platform to monitor, stimulate, and enrich and assist elders and children in their environment and during the COVID pandemic. So what we can provide is our infrastructure, the 14 different hospitals, the 500 primary care centers, as a part of the ICRAN network, European Clinical Research Infrastructure Network. And these are my contact details. I will be very happy to collaborate in case you find our profile interesting for these kind of projects. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think this was the last presentation of today, and I think it's time to close our event. But before closing this event, I would like to thank our NCPs at TÜBİTAK and Bruno, and also all the presenters. Now I think we can move with the Be Too Much one-to-one meetings. If you have your meetings pending, please approve them, and I wish you luck and happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you. Bye all.
And final note, we will ask permission to share all the presentations from the participants, and after they say they approve, we will send you the presentation. Also the training material, it will be sent, and plus will be on our project websites.
Thanks a lot for your participation. As stated, you can find your one-to-one meetings in the B2Match platform. Please check your agendas again, and thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.